Good evening. Welcome back here to the Comedy Club. Welcome back. You get more of the Comedy Club every Sunday at 12:30 on Channel 6. You record us and see it again and again. And you can catch up with Joey. Go to YouTube and search Joey Sims Comedian and pick the month. So you can get a lot of the Comedy Club. And it's my honor and privilege to introduce Joey. She has succeeded in many things. She was proclaimed Mother of the Year in the Laguna Niguel contest a few years ago. In 1993, she was proclaimed Grandmother of the Year. She was the winner on the original Gong Show. And for 15 years, she has led our comedy club and brought us great shows month after month. Classy, clean, and witty comes to mind when you talk about Joey Sims. Joey's humor is intelligent and reflects real life. Her insight into senior life in Southern California is original, sometimes a hint of off-color. Whether at the many various other venues or here in Laguna Woods, Joey keeps her audience laughing. Her combination of singing, dancing, stand-up, and personality have kept her entertaining us and laughing, and Joey loves to laugh. And even more, she enjoys making her friends laugh. So now, let's bring on Joey.
Okay, let's go.
Our friends were all gone. We were alone, side by side. Oh, we were so happily wed. We got ready for bed then. His keys in his hair, he put in a chair, side by side. One glass eye so tiny, one hearing aid so small. Then he took one leg off and put it on the chair by the wall. I stood there broken hearted, and most of my love had departed. I slept in that chair, there was more of him there, side by side.
Hi, everyone.
Joey.
Yes.
Wait, got something for you for the best well-dressed woman
Oh,
for a formal dinner.
You are so
For
sweet.
you.
Thank you,
No
honey.
snack in there also.
Thank you. You remember last time he gave me a 3-cup bra? And I said to you then, I knew he couldn't count. Okay, now here's the card. He's been flirting with me. You can't believe it. Let me see. I gotta put my glasses on. Hang on. So many men, so little time. All right, it says, to the well-dressed woman for formal dinners. He knows I like formals. Okay, this is a new purse. Eggs. This is for my formal dinner. He knows I like to dress. Oh, thank you, Don. You're kicking it, man. Okay, now, remember what I always tell you, if you're not gonna laugh, put your mask on. You know, it's not so bad. I used to get hit on more with my mask on. By the way, all you men, happy Father's Day. Now let's look at the audience, because sometimes you can tell what was your father's favorite year, because that's when his wardrobe stops. You know why men take extra socks to golf? In case they get a hole in one. And gas prices are up again. How high are they? I've been training you guys for 15 years. All right. Anyway, I needed a half a tank the other day, so I went to Costco. It cost me $50 to fill up my half a tank. And I heard the wife say to her husband behind me, "Hurry up, Max, the prices have gone up twice since she started pumping." That'd be funny if it weren't true, right? Now, if you want to have fun, you notice I'm always telling you how to have fun in an inexpensive way. You go to CVS, you buy any kind of liquor, and they'll card you. They will. Make you feel happy for a couple hours. And my friend Diane and I were talking about dying. It's fun what we talk about these days. And I said, I really don't want to die before I get sick and ugly. And he said, I think you should want to die before you run out of money. I said, no, that would be too soon. Now, you know, I go to Saddleback Church. You know, you all know I love Saddleback Church. I like what they're teaching us. They're teaching us that when you die, you go to heaven and you get a heavenly body. That beats the hell out of going to O'Connor's and getting a hot smoking body. And you know, after being married for 40 years, this lady says to her husband, describe me, just describe me. He says, well, you're an alphabet wife. He said, you're an A, B, C, D, E, F, G wife. And she said, what does that mean? And he said, you're adorable, beautiful, cute, delightful, elegant, fabulous, and gorgeous, and hot. Oh, she smiled so happy, and she said, what about the JFK? And he said, that just stands for fooling around and kidding. So his memorial service is next Monday. Now, you know, I really mean this. Looking around this audience, you are a good-looking audience. You are. I decided with my electronic genius, you've all heard about my computer skills, I decided to get a Fitbit. Because I want to know how much I sleep, because I don't think I sleep very often. And it said, after 3 days, it said, okay, you don't get much sleep. And I think to myself, you know, I used to pull all-nighters all the time, now I can't even pull it all-dayer. Maybe I should run around my bed and try to catch up on my sleep. You know, let your doctor prescribe 8 years of Ambien like mine did. And you'll sleep really well for those 8 years, but then you'll never sleep again, so thank you. And this is interesting. Have you ever been old and tried to adopt a dog? Yeah. That's a real bitch, yeah. I think I could have gotten a kid, or in fact, I have gotten kids easier, yes. They tell you at this age you can only have an old dog. Yeah, it may be blind. It probably won't hear. I'm used to friends like that. That's it'll slobber and pee on your rugs, and it'll eat your furniture. Yeah, and you need to groom it and walk it. And it comes to you with no money, and it'll need medication. And after thinking about all that, I decided I think I'd rather have a man. But I want to warn you all, if any of you are interested in me, you better move on. Because I was 5'7", and now I'm 5'4". So I'm not only starting to forget things, I'm disappearing. But I'm still a lot of fun. You know, when you get old, everything either dries up or leaks. Some best to be. Anyway, let's see where the hell I was now. If you want to meet a man in Laguna Woods, and you want to change him, he better be wearing diapers. The musician over here is not even smiling. Yeah, I think I'm going to go to the hokey pokey place and turn around, you know. Did you hear about the mountain lion in Laguna Beach? He was prancing down the street, and so when the cops got him, he said, I had to walk, there were no parking places. And then my friend's husband asked her if he had any annoying habits. And she said, oh God, yes. Then he got very upset during her PowerPoint presentation. He said, if you have one more facelift, we'll all be able to see your belly button. And how about the service today? Can you believe it? I called AT&T and I truly was on there 35 minutes listening to what great service they had. And nobody ever answered. And then 3 of us went the other night over to Taco Tuesday in Dana Point. And this homely little depressed looking hostess came over to us eventually and said, you are not allowed to sit in a dirty table. I said, well, first of all, it would have been wrong for us to take that table of 8 over there, even if it's clean. She said, no, you should have done that. I said, listen, honey, there's only 3 of us with 3 glasses on the table and a napkin. Clean it off and it'll be clean. Anyway, she ran away with a tear in her eye, and I'm sure next week she'll be the manager. So. And then his other husband says to his wife, why did you marry me anyway? And she said, because you are so funny. And he said, I thought it was because I was good in bed. And she said, see, you're hilarious. And then this 70-year-old man shows up. His name is George. He was an extremely wealthy man, a widower. He shows up at the country club with a beautiful young blonde. And his body end, he said, how did you get that trophy girlfriend? He said, that is my wife. And his friend said, how in the hell did you pull that off? Did you lie about your age? Did you tell her you were 50? He says, no, I told her I was 90. And then my last joke is this. My fantasy is to have 2 men at once. One to clean and one to cook. He just reminded me he'd been here once before. He said around Trump era. I can't even remember that. So anyway, Randy Lupus began doing comedy at Indiana University of Pennsylvania, where he graduated with a with a degree in marketing and economics. He's performed thousands of comedy shows at clubs and casinos and corporate events all over the world on cruise ships. He's made over 24 appearances on national TV, including Showtime, Comedy Central, and the Nashville Network. His comedy CD, The Worst Case Scenarios, has sold over 10,000 copies. His uncanny memory and involvement with each audience makes every show unique and unforgettable. He's had schools that have produced hundreds and hundreds of comedians. We're just really excited to have Randy Lupus.
Thank you. Hey, a big round of applause for the lovely and talented Joey Sims. Clap your hands, please. Let her hear it. Who in this room is getting a little bit tired of pharmaceutical companies advertising on television? Have you heard about the pill that's supposed to keep you from kicking your legs uncontrollably? Restless leg disorder. When did that become a disease? I'm glad they diagnosed it though. Because for 25 years I thought I was snoring. Turns out I don't snore at all. My wife's got restless leg disorder. I'm rolling over for no reason whatsoever. And I'll tell you right now, Shelton, I can hardly make it through my dinner without the knowledge that we've got enough people in this country with rotten, fungus, yellow toenails that it's necessary to advertise a cure for this every 5 minutes on TV with this horrifying little animated creature that wants to bury under my mailbag. And Shelton, if your allergies are so bad, you are willing to risk uncontrollable diarrhea. Carry a hanky, Shelton. A sneeze could be disastrous. That's what they're doing now, animated cartoons to advertise disgusting products. Clap your hands if you've seen the Mucinex commercials. Animated mucus dancing in a conga line. Whose life was made richer by the sight of talking boogers? I don't even want to think about what the laxative people are cooking up. Now they got this drug. What's your name, sir? Right over there in the white shirt. Norm. Norm? Now they got this new drug, Norm, called Propecia. Supposed to grow hair. You heard about it, Norm? I didn't think so. Be careful, Norm, before you try it. That's my point. Listen to the whole commercial, Norm. Because they put a little disclaimer at the end of it. They act like it ain't even important. Say it with a cheerful voice. May cause certain sexual side effects in some men. Fantastic. So now I'm on Propecia and Viagra. But you should see the pubes on me. Like a fox pelt. Sue knows what I'm talking about. And as if Viagra's not bad enough, there's one even worse. Shelton will tell you. It's a drug called Cialis, and this is a bad one. Because this commercial comes on at 8 o'clock at night when you're sitting next to your grandmother. The announcer says, an arousal of 4 hours may require medical attention. Just my luck, that would happen to me. So I'd have to waltz into an emergency room with a hat. My wizard's hat. Just call me Harry Potter. And with my luck, I get the male nurse from hell. Well, look at you all dressed up with no place to go. It says you're a comedian. Is that a microphone in your pocket, or you're just happy to see me? What kind of medical attention would they give you, Sheldon? A hammer? People say to me, Randy, why do you do comedy? I do comedy because the thrill of making people laugh has got to be the second greatest thrill known to man.
Yes.
The first, of course, is making love. I happen to be able to experience both these thrills simultaneously. Doesn't seem fair, does it? Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say to you, I am so happy to be standing here with you tonight for two reasons. Two reasons. Number one is that for a year and a half, we comedians couldn't do this. We couldn't perform. And when something that is important to you is taken away, when you get it back, it is oh so precious. So thank you so much for allowing me to do the thing in life that brings me joy. And the second thing I want to tell you is the second reason I am so happy to be here is that in July of 2017, I had a massive heart attack. I found out we have in our body what is known as the widow-maker artery. It's the left descending artery of your heart. And mine, totally unannounced and unexpected, was 100% blocked. And usually when that happens, you die. But I was very, very lucky. I was driving home from my comedy club on a Saturday night, got home about 1 in the morning. 8 o'clock the next morning, it hit me. My wife, thank God, was there. She ran and got me 2 aspirin to chew. She called paramedics. Paramedics got to our house, got me into St. John's Hospital in Santa Monica. Within 45 minutes, they were able to put in a stent, save my life, and I could be here tonight. Now they say the pain of that heart attack is as if an elephant stepped on your chest. Have you ever heard that?
Yes, I have.
This was worse. Picture New Jersey Governor Chris Christie. Riding an elephant that stepped on your chest. And I was on that stretcher, Shelton, thinking to myself, this is the most pain a human being could possibly ever endure. And right at that point, they put in a catheter. They got me up to the procedure room. And it's the first time meeting my cardiologist. He said, I'm Dr. Peter Pelican. I'm your doctor. That's his name. He's a wonderful doctor, Dr. Peter Pelican. Before I could even think of a limerick, he looked down and said, why does this man have a catheter? He didn't need one. But I think you could safely say that my wife saved my life that day. Would you agree? Yeah. And I realized it was actually the second time she'd saved my life. About 6 years ago, I was choking on a tuna fish sandwich. And my wife gave me the Heimlich maneuver. And I had no idea she knew how to do that. We'd never talked about it, never saw her do it. And sure enough. And by the way, wouldn't it be nice to get a maneuver named after you? Heimlich did. Sheldon, do you have a maneuver? Oh, she's smiling. He does. He's got a maneuver. You're a rascal, aren't you, Sheldon? But anyway, more important than that, even more important than the Heimlich maneuver, do you all know the gesture you're supposed to show somebody if you're choking? Do you all know what that is? Yes, that's right, that's right. I didn't know that gesture. I made a total different gesture. I went like this. And my wife caught up. And she got in perfect position right behind me. And I know for a split second she thought to herself, I could own a comedy club. But she gave it to me anyway. The tuna shot out of my mouth right into the dog's bowl. Before you could blink, Bella snatched it up so fast, she started to choke, had to give her the Heimlich maneuver, and we both lived to tell the tale. God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here tonight. You have been fantastic. Thank you.